Hey tubers, welcome back for another adventure. So I want to work on some other stuff, but I've decided that I'm not taking something out of the garage until I'm kind of done with it. And that's done one way or another. So this Sunl Dune Buggy, off-road go-kart, whatever you want to call it. It's known as the Sunl Alias if you want to call it by its official first name. It's been in here. It was totaled out for a burned up wire harness. That's what that paint indicates and all that. So anyway, I rebuilt the box on earlier videos. I replaced the carburetor that was dumping gas all over the exhaust manifolds. I got all that stuff done. I put a battery in it now. It's ready to go. What I have left, front tire was flat, so I gave it some of this, what is this, Berryman stuff, and I'm gonna do the back tire, and then she'll be ready to fire up and take for a ride. And you know what? I'm gonna sit down in it. I'm gonna turn the key. Hopefully she starts. I'm gonna put it into reverse and back out, and then we're gonna take it for a little ride. I also I have my GoPro camera inside, so there'll be a second video where I actually kind of put this thing a little bit more through its paces. You know, I did all the things that you're supposed to do, check the oil, on and on and on. I do have a fuse between the battery and the ignition system, the CDI, all that trivia. I do not have the dashboard switches hooked up yet, so the headlights are not going to work yet. You know, I view that stuff as details because I don't ride at night. So just hang on for a moment while I take care of the back tire, and then we'll get out there for a ride. Hey tubers, what we have here is your typical slow leak all-terrain vehicle tire, and this is the Berryman stuff, and I had like a little bit of slime in a different container, so I mixed the two of them. I'm going to put it in here. I just wanted to take a second to show you how I kind of make this stuff work, and you know, trying to work on my camera stuff. So let's see if we can't make this happen. Of course, I got the tripod foot on this thing, and at the moment I can't use the tripod. Anyway, so there you are. What I do is I typically squeeze the tire down, because as you're putting the Berryman or slime or whatever in there, a lot of times it pushes back. I mean, I assume you guys know how to get the tire valve out with that little wrench thing and so forth. And I give it about 20 pumps once it starts going in there. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to throw another couple in there just for good luck. Make that 5. And you hear it kind of hissing. That's the air coming back out, because you actually do pump it up a bit. Alright. This is the little T-wrench I mentioned before, and you just put the valve back in. Also by squeezing a little air out, putting the valve in, and then letting it pull back a little. It kind of gets some of the junk out of the valve area as it tightens up. And there we go. All I have to do is put air in the tire, put the cap on, and it should be good to go. Next time You see this? Hopefully we're riding it. Alright tubers, time for a test ride. So let's see if it starts. That's a good sign. So how does reverse work here? Alright, I think I put it in reverse. Okay, well, that was fun. Let's see if this goes. This is bad driving, by the way, guys. Here we are. Let's try this again. Not used to things so wide, obviously. All right. Let's see if we can't do a little bit. We have our first failure. Okay. Sounds... Yeah, my problem is I keep getting tangled up in the steering wheel. Let's see what her problem is. Why do you sound like you're out of gas? You got gas. Nice thing about a clear filter. Sounds like the choke is working. Well, let's give it another try. If not, it's going to go under a fail video, and you guys are going to have to watch another one on the first ride. It sounds like it's running out of gas. Yep. Well, I gotta troubleshoot some carburetor. Anything interesting, I'll show it to you. Hey tubers, so the first ride failed, and I quickly changed the CDI. Again, figuring maybe I got a bad batch of DC CDIs, and that wasn't it. So I took the carburetor apart, and let me show you what I found. And hopefully, I think you guys could see that, right? That this is the needle that goes into the carb, and it's got a lot of rust on one of the guides, and as a matter of fact I had a tough time getting it out of the carburetor. So I'm gonna clean that up. I checked the brass the brass I guess casting, the outer part of the valve, and it was all good. There didn't seem to be anything with that. I'm not quite sure why this thing is growing feet. But I'm gonna clean that up. We'll put it all back together again, and hopefully we get a ride out of this thing. Hey tubers, let's try this again, see if it works. So it turns out the float was jammed, stuck in a not let the gas in position. I'm not quite sure it did that. I've had a lot of trouble with this carburetor. You know what? I think I prefer to drive left-handed. Put this in the front. I got some water here. That's not good. So we're wide open. Okay. Do some one-handed drifting. Wow. This thing's got more to it than I thought. Hard on the lawn now. Donuts? How about a quick trail ride? By the way, this is all one-handed. So there's some brake work. I mean, it still needs some adjustment. As you guys can see, I got some water going on here. Not a bad turning radius. That's wide open. If I mentioned to you the brakes they work, but they're not great. Try not to run into the wife's car today. Haha, little kiss. I do want to do a little bit on the trail. So get this way. Engine still has a little bit of a rich sound to it, and by rich I don't mean like look at me, I'm wealthy. I mean like a little too much fuel. You know, I got water here. It doesn't ride bad. Mostly I don't like go-karts because after I get off of them, it feels like somebody worked me over with a baseball bat. It is a tad wide. Does he fit? Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to stall when I let it idle down. You guys might not believe this, but I just cut the grass a week ago. I mean, it's already in need of another cutting. Well, I got the slime and Berryman into the tires, the two that go flat. So hopefully from now on, they're not square when I go to do something with this thing. Yeah, it still sounds rich. You know what? I think this carburetor is just a loser. I've been kind of avoiding changing it. I've been wanting to make it go, so to speak. But it's striking me more and more like, well, I don't think I fit here. What? Front fit. Back fit. That's a good sign. So, I guess it does idle. Well, there you go. A little repair and a little ride. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I want to thank everybody for joining me on this. Remember, feet down, heads up, get out there, and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.